Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. My name is James and this is the Yard Dogs channel, where we help aspiring entrepreneurs start and run their own lawn care business. Today, we're going to be going over the 4 things you need to start your lawn care business ASAP. Now, when you do start any sort of a type of business, it seems like there are 1,000 different things to do. You want to set up your corporation, so should you be a sole proprietor? What should you do for your marketing? What are you going to do for your invoice and your sales? What are you going to offer? There's a million questions, but ultimately, if you break it down just 4 easy steps, the biggest thing that your goal is when you start is to see if this is going to be something that's going to be for you full time. So you need to be asking yourself, how can I get as much work done, make some money now, and prove this concept without breaking the bank? We're going to jump in, and here's how. Okay, so starting off, lawn care is a very broad topic. You can have aerating, power raking, mowing, seeding, hedge trimming, landscaping. The list goes on and on. So what's important is that you really start to define what it is exactly you're going to be doing to start. Now, when you do start, it's important to realize that you're going to be wanting to say yes to a lot of different types of jobs because you don't quite know what your niche is yet. I do recommend sticking with services to start that require a low cost of equipment. So for those services that require minimal expenses, I would totally recommend mowing, spring and fall cleanup, so leaves, debris, twigs, etc., then probably power raking in the spring. Other services like aeration, landscaping, fertilizer, weed control, it can get quite costly, and there's a lot of certifications that you might need to do in your province or state. So I'm going to recommend those first 3 to start. Just mowing, spring cleanups, fall cleanups, and then some power raking services. Over time, people are going to start to say to you, if you're doing a good job, of course, hey, do you do this kind of service? And remember, when you're starting, the answer is always yes, and you go to YouTube at nighttime, you figure out what it is they asked you. That's how we started. People would say, oh, we started with an aeration, so we did a little bit twisted. We started with an expensive piece of equipment and started going door to door with it. But people started asking, do you do power raking service? And the answer was always, yes, go home. What is power raking? Because I told that person I'm going to do it tomorrow at their house for $80, so I really got to figure it out. How much does the power rake cost? $2,000, oh shoot. But on Kijiji, there's one for $400 out of Medicine Hat, 3 hours away. Let's go. You don't know what to expect when you're starting. What is important is that you do start, but start with those 3 services because you don't want to spend a ton of money to get things going. You might already have a mower in your garage. You can go get a decent one from Home Depot. For equipment, using a classified like Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji are usually the best way to get some equipment for a lot cheaper. Eventually, you're not going to want to keep buying used equipment, but that'll be a completely different topic for a new video. Here's a quick picture of our very first pieces of equipment. We had a mower, a power rake, and we had the aerator. We thought we were top big shots when we had that. So looking back at that, it is funny to see, and it is always a good story there. Don't forget though, whatever services you're going to be doing, you need a vehicle that can pull those services. So you need at least a minivan, a van, a small truck, a big truck, a car, and a trailer perhaps could work, but keep that in mind that whatever you do, you need a way to get from one house to the next house. And often people don't have the luxury of just being able to do one neighborhood where you can push the machines. Now, the best client is the client next door because you don't need to move. The windshield time that you're driving, you're not making money. So the people next door is the most profitable job you can do. That being said though, make sure whatever you do, you have the capacity or a vehicle to move from one place to the next. The second thing you're going to start worrying about is getting clients. Now, some people say, no, you don't start getting clients until you have your business plan, and you have your shop, and you have your operations. No, you need to go get clients because you need to make sure that you can make some money to make sure this isn't going to be a big waste of your time. So many people want to think about it and think about it and think about it and prepare a plan. What you need to do is start to go out there, cut some grass, get some money in the bank, and start to prove a concept to see if this is going to even be a full-time endeavor for you, or is this just going to be a hobby thing? We don't know until we can start to get some results there. So you want to start getting clients. I have a great video that I'm going to link to in this description about how to get your first 100 clients for less than $100. But in sum, what you're going to be wanting to do is post free advertisements on classified ads like Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. Make a nice posting for there. I might make another video about how to make a proper Kijiji posting. Door-to-door is phenomenal for getting people to say yes or no very quickly because it's face to face, and for you to go away, they have to say yes or no, or hey, I'm not sure, I'll take a flyer, sort of thing. Door to door is how we started, and door to door is how we built our business from the ground up. And ultimately, you're starting, you're your only employee, your time is free to yourself. Why not go door to door and prove a concept and get some clients there? Plus, you can always put your own personality on it. When we started, we would go and say, "Hi there, my name is James. I'm actually just going door to door with an aerator right now that my friend and I purchased. We want to be a little bit different and add more credibility to the industry. We're doing aerations for $50, and some of your neighbors we just did. Would you like me to do yours while we're here?" That's a great way to start to get some business there. And if you're doing it for mowing, mention how you're going around the neighborhood, you're a local person, you might live a couple doors down, and you're doing this business for your tuition payback or to put more food on your table, or just make ends meet perhaps. But have some story that you can really show and share in your door to door. The third thing you're going to need for your business is a good way to manage your data. You're going to have people's names, their properties, the services they want, what they paid for, your invoicing. You need a way to host all of that. Now, there are hundreds of different CRMs out there that all claim that they're the best. You don't really need to worry about right now which one you're going to be using full time, because remember, the number one thing you're doing right now is seeing if this is going to be your thing for the years to come. Is this a hobby or is this going to be a full-time thing? I recommend just going with the free software to start. Yardbook is a great one just to get your shoes in the door. They have a paid version and a free version. Just go for the free version to start. Eventually there's some other ones you can subscribe to, like Jobber, for example, Service Titan. The list will increase, but you want to keep the cost as low as possible to start because we need to see if this is the thing for us. But using Yardbook's fantastic because you'll have a client profile, which includes their name, number, email, property, what service they had, what the price was, a way to invoice them. You don't stay out of using Word documents and Excel sheets. It's better than nothing, I suppose. If you can avoid it, don't even start with paper. But you want to use an actual software that's made for this type of industry, and Yardbook is a great place to start. The fourth one is based on a question I get very often. People ask, should I be a sole proprietor? Should I incorporate? Should I get my GST number? Listen, the CRA, the IRS doesn't give a crap about what you do as long as it's under $30,000. Your job is to go out there and make some money. Don't worry about all the nitty-gritty details because there are a lot of nitty-gritty details and you'll spend years working on them, and before you know it, the spring and summer is over and you get back to the groundstone there. So what I would recommend is probably just honestly starting, just go door to door. If someone asks, hey, are you a licensed business, which they rarely ask, just be honest, say, no, I'm not. I'm just doing this right now to start off. If you really do want to do things by the book, go pay the $99 fee to become a sole proprietor. And incorporation is about $500. And if you're going to pursue this full time, 100% of the time, you want to be an incorporation for various reasons. One is that the business is a separate entity than yourself. But regardless of that, start off, either do the $99 sole proprietor just to put some legitimacy behind your name, or just get going and make sure that you have your ducks in a row. But beyond that, you're going to want to have a nice uniform, nothing fancy, even just going to Walmart or an Amazon or Costco and getting a plain green shirt and white shirt. Just be consistent with what you're wearing so people can start to recognize, oh, that's the lawn care guy that was here yesterday. I can tell because he looks the same. If you can afford to, look into getting some decals for your truck. Just go to Google search and put, truck wraps near me or decals, vinyl decals. There's some do-it-yourself magnets that you can get from Vistaprint. All are great options, but you do want to have a nice, catchy lawn care name and a logo to go with it. Be creative, have fun with it, show your personality. We started as JL Lawn Care, J for James, L for Liam. Changed it quickly because someone thought we were JL Lawn Care, like ex-convicts doing lawn care. We changed very quickly to make it Yard Dogs, and people love the name, and we stuck with the name ever since. But you never know what people are going to really jump on until you start to have a nice name, nice logo. I recommend just doing it yourself. That way you really put your personality into it, and then paying a friend or someone on Upwork or Fiverr to make the logo into a nice PDF or a JPEG that you can actually use for your things. Don't get too caught up in the website. I recommend to start, just make a very basic email account with Gmail just to get things going. And as time goes on, yes, of course you're going to want a website. Of course you're going to want like a service@yarddogs.ca email. But remember, your job, number one, is to figure out what services you're going to do. 2, you're going to want to get as many clients as possible for the services you're already doing. 3, have a good CRM that you can put all that data in for the jobs when you do get jobs and tracking, invoicing, and taking payments, etc. And 4, you want a nice brand name with a nice logo, with a nice uniform so that you can start to have a personality shine. for your business. Running a lawn care company is probably one of the best ways to make money during the spring and summer, especially if you're a student or you're just someone that wants to get into business for the first time. It's a great business to start things. And like my brother, for example, made over $30,000 his first season, a 4-month season of doing lawn care. My business partner's little brother, he also made between 30 and 40,000 his first year. He had his big brothers to ask questions, of course, but I want this YouTube channel to be your big brother when you're starting up your own lawn care company. And what's great about lawn care is that, hey, next week it's gonna have to get cut again. Whether it's raining or sunny, grass keeps growing despite COVID, despite our problems. And it's an awesome industry to really be outside, get to enjoy and meet a lot of different types of people. And there's a lot of them out there. And it's a great way to build a list of equipment that you can later sell and hopefully build a business that you can one day sell or pass on to your children. It's an awesome way to keep a family business and start one off without having to have so much upfront costs. Hope this was helpful, everyone. Please like and subscribe if it was, and tell your friends, share our profile. We want this YouTube channel to really grow. I realize we're just starting out, but we want it to really reach thousands of people over time who are aspiring entrepreneurs, and especially in the lawn care landscape industry. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great one. Till next time.